Dear friends, welcome to another episode of Military Operations, a channel exclusively dedicated to discussing current military and geopolitical topics. Today we'll talk about the Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird, simply the fastest plane in the world. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do it now and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. In the early 1960s, the United States Air Force was searching for a replacement for its U-2 spy plane. The U-2, despite flying at extreme altitudes of over 21,000 meters, was slow and therefore vulnerable to enemy surface-to-air missiles. U.S. engineers came up with an audacious idea: combine the U-2's high-altitude capabilities with unprecedented speed. The result was the Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird. The SR-71 is fast, extremely fast. It's the fastest plane ever built. And I'm not just talking about its maximum speed. The aircraft can maintain speeds of over 2,000 miles per hour for extended periods and can easily reach a maximum speed of over 2,174 miles per hour when needed. For comparison, the MiG-25 Interceptor, the second fastest plane in the world, could sustain a maximum speed of 2,000 miles per hour only for short periods and reach 2,100 miles per hour at the cost of severe damage to its two engines. While it was not stealth like fifth-generation aircraft such as the F-22 and F-35, the SR-71 was designed to have as low a radar signature as possible. This feature, combined with its incredible speed and a maximum altitude of an impressive 85,000 feet, made the SR-71 virtually untouchable. Because it was difficult to detect on radar, enemy surface-to-air missile systems took significant time to lock onto the target. And even when they finally managed to lock and launch a missile, much of the missile's fuel was expended trying to reach the extreme altitude at which the Blackbird operated. Pilots simply needed to accelerate to their plane's maximum speed of over 2,100 miles per hour to outrun any surface-to-air missile in use during the 1960s and 1970s. Between 1966 and 1998, the SR-71's operational period with the Air Force, more than 4,000 surface-to-air missiles were fired at it, yet none were able to reach it. The aircraft carried no onboard weaponry, relying entirely on its altitude and speed to evade enemy fighters. Its crew consisted of two members, the pilot and the reconnaissance officer. Engineers faced significant challenges in developing the SR-71, with solutions relying heavily on the use of lightweight and durable materials such as titanium. Despite being incredibly expensive, more than 85% of the SR-71 structure was made of titanium. At the time, the Soviet Union was the world's largest supplier of titanium, so the CIA created hundreds of fake companies worldwide to covertly purchase tons of the material directly from the Soviets. Due to the aircraft's high speeds, some areas of its surface reached extreme temperatures. For example, the exterior of its windshield could reach over 150 degrees Fahrenheit, requiring engineers to develop an outer quartz layer to protect it. Furthermore, to dissipate the immense heat generated during flight, the aircraft was painted entirely black, which gave rise to its nickname, Blackbird. When stationary or flying at low speeds, the SR-71 constantly leaked fuel because its fuel tanks were designed with high-speed metal expansion in mind. As a result, the aircraft always took off with minimal fuel and required in-flight refueling before starting each mission. It was equipped with two large Pratt & Whitney J58 engines, each capable of delivering over 32,000 pounds of thrust. These engines achieved peak efficiency at a cruising speed of 2,050 miles per hour, which was their ideal operating speed. The SR-71's maximum speed, over 2,100 miles per hour, was capped due to the air intake temperature, which could not exceed 220 degrees Fahrenheit. Without this limitation, the engines could have propelled the aircraft to even greater speeds. Since the GPS global positioning system only became operational in the 1990s, engineers in the 1960s and 1970s had to develop a custom navigation system based on stellar observation to calibrate the aircraft's inertial guidance system. This star navigation system was so precise that even while stationary on the ground, its instruments could identify dozens of stars in the sky, even during the day. At its maximum altitude, Where there are no clouds and the sky appears almost completely black, the system worked flawlessly, using the positions of numerous stars to guide the aircraft accurately through the skies. The SR-71 was equipped with a wide array of sensors, including high-precision optical cameras, the infrared sensors, systems for collecting electronic intelligence like radio and radar emissions, and defensive countermeasure systems. Its camera was so precise that, from an altitude of over 79,000 feet, it could clearly capture the license plates of cars driving on the streets below. The life support system was specifically designed for SR-71 pilots, featuring a fully pressurized suit capable of withstanding emergency ejections at speeds exceeding 2,000 miles per hour. The cockpit was also equipped with a powerful air conditioning system, essential for regulating temperatures. If the system failed, the internal temperature could exceed 95 degrees Fahrenheit, leading to the immediate death of the crew. The world record for jet aircraft speed was set in 1986, when an SR-71 was forced to accelerate beyond 2,100 miles per hour to evade a surface-to-air missile fired by the Libyans. Out of the 32 aircraft built, 12 were lost in accidents during flight or on the ground, but none were lost over enemy territory or to hostile anti-aircraft weapons. The Blackbird holds numerous records, including the fastest flight between New York and London, crossing the Atlantic Ocean in just 1 hour and 54 minutes, a journey that typically takes a Boeing 747 more than 6 hours. In April 1971, an SR-71 flew over 15,000 miles in just 10.5 hours, and in 1990, it completed a flight from Washington to Los Angeles in just 1 hour and 4 minutes. The aircraft performed over 3,500 missions, accumulating more than 11,600 hours of flight at speeds above Mach 3. However, with the advent of more advanced anti-aircraft missile systems, and especially the development of drones and new spy satellites, the Blackbird became obsolete. It was retired by the U.S. Air Force in 1998 and by NASA in 1999, where it had been used briefly for advanced supersonic flight research. The SR-71 Blackbird will forever be remembered not just for its record-breaking achievements, but also for the significant technological contributions it made to the aerospace industry.
Smell that, baby.
A little quieter.
What?
A little bit quieter.